Feeling like you had a bad respiratory infection, you likely have what's going around right now.
I told you I had to take an allergy pill last week for the first time in weeks because of the ragweed, but I don't know what's happening with everyone else. Liz Bonus does. She joins us to share how to get the right treatment for allergies. Liz?
So this is kind of interesting. Allergy misery has hit right now. It's on the rise, but so are a few colds and viruses. So experts are saying if you want to target the right treatment, you got to separate a few symptoms, like you said, Paula, from the ragweed, the mold, the other weeds going around, from what is normally kind of what tags into these other illnesses already circulating right now. And this has really come up since the kids went back to school. Watch this. Allergy specialists at the Cleveland Clinic that supplied this video say if it's a cold or other infection, symptoms will last usually a week or two and then die down. Allergy misery will likely start now, last for the next few months or until we get a hard freeze to kill the allergens. If your nose runs clear instead of a colored discharge, that too is an allergy sign. Allergies also tend not to have a fever with respiratory problems, but rather a runny nose, scratchy throat, and itchy eyes. If you don't get relief from over-the-counter medications, you should see your healthcare provider. Starting something stronger now, such as a nasal steroid, may help you all season, open up your airways and feel better. That way you're not chasing symptoms. A few lifestyle changes may be in order right now, too, to avoid pollen. You should close windows and turn on air condition whenever possible. You also may want to, before bedtime, shower and try to remove allergens from your hair and body. And don't forget that pets bring in whatever you are allergic to on their fur and their feet, so you may need to keep them bathed and make sure they're not sleeping beside you all night if you don't. Another non-medicated way to find relief is to do what's called rinsing your sinuses. So you saw those little pots they have there. The one word of caution about that is to make sure that you put distilled water in them. A couple years ago they were talking about that some people got nasal infections and they said that we're just not using the best of water. So, you know, every water's different. I'm not blaming that, but that'd be my only advice. I do think those work when you clear them out, but it was really interesting. It was like there was an explosion of allergies last week and people started coming into all the clinics and whatnot saying, I think I have a respiratory infection, I think I have a sinus infection. They said you got to separate the symptoms. You might. There are a few of those going around, but you might not.
I had a friend who was hacking all week and I was like,
isn't that like so unpleasant?
Watch it.
I always seem to sit by the coffer in church, on airplanes.
We love you all.
We share an office, and so far we haven't had one of us coughing yet.
But if one of you does, you're sitting outside. We're so friendly with each other and so honest. All right, back at 6 o'clock on an update on a little boy who had a heart transplant. Wait till you see him.
All right, thank you, Liz.